I mean, it had to be about this, right? Whenever a voting party loses an election, they like to blame every other acting force in play almost as much as the opposing party itself. The left legitimately thinks that independent and non-voters are just as responsible for electing Donald Trump, because you can never assign blame to just one location. I mean, that would be a fair fight, and you'd have no excuses for why you lost. But if you pile on adversaries to make you feel outnumbered, you can at least fall back on, well, it was 3 against 1. I am not a political person in terms of caring about issues or supporting candidates, but it becomes an unignorable problem when people start thinking stupid-ass things publicly on the internet where I can see it. Let's get some things clear. Independent voters didn't elect Donald Trump. They went out and voted for their candidates, and Trump won anyway. Every time I hear, a vote for Gary or Jill is a vote for Trump, that is a cry coming from a desperate, wounded animal incapable of winning a fight on its own. This was a war fought by numbers, and the Democrats didn't have the numbers. And for some reason, they assumed that had there been no independent candidates, every single independent voter would have picked Hillary. Here's the thing about independent voters. They vote for independent candidates because they don't like either main party nominee. If they can only choose between Trump or Hillary, you have to split their votes 50-50 just like most of the battleground states did. And what you have then is zero contribution overall. Independent voters did not elect Trump, they just lost by a way more gigantic margin than you did. Non-voters didn't elect Donald Trump. Non-voters elected nobody. That's kind of the fucking point of not voting. There are 2 types of non-voters. One is people who care about politics in the election and support candidates, but don't vote because they think it doesn't matter. And if you can gather up a large enough amount of them that would have made a difference in this election, by all means feel free to yell at them. You won't find that many because it would have taken at least 500,000 pessimistic Democrats to tip the scales, but keep trying. The other type is me, people who don't give a shit. Whenever a voting party loses an election, they delve deep into the realm of fantasy and cling to every what-if scenario they can to make themselves feel like there was a chance. I heard someone say, if every eligible person in America voted, Democrats would win every election. Which fails to take into account that maybe the Democratic nominee is so disliked by plenty of members of her own party that she actually caused a number of historically blue states to turn red this election. That is a utopic dream of unconditional party loyalty that's frankly not healthy for the political landscape anyway. As if Democrats are always in the right. Non-voters didn't elect Donald Trump. Non-voters elected to not elect. Donald Trump supporters didn't elect Donald Trump. Oh wait, yes they did. Case closed. Again, I don't care who's president, as Congress and the House and whatnot will decide what actually gets done. Trump can try to build walls and banish Muslims, and Congress will be like, nah. Then Trump can try to veto their decision, and Congress will be like, nah, to his veto. So it's hardly up to one person here what happens the next 4 years. The Republicans might have majority in those places, but they're hardly unified in support of Trump, so I wouldn't worry about the country ending. The only thing guaranteed to ruin the country is enough people thinking that the country will be ruined, so try not to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay, idiots? Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.